All right, I'm ready. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to the Raw Spill, where we keep it real with the hard truth. Um, we're going to continue on from our last discussion that we had last week about the state of America. Well, right now, I have with me on the phone Pastor Bowden, the pastor of God's Truth and Deliverance Ministry out of Bolivar, Tennessee. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, glad you're able to join us. And yeah, like we want to continue on from last week. You hear the echo on your end?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can
Yeah,
get
okay. Yeah, it's probably my fault. Y'all bear with me 1 second here. Yeah, give me 1 second. We'll get this right. Oh man. Y'all excuse me for 1 moment. We'll try to take away this echo and get started. My goodness. All right. Let's see. Y'all still hear it? Good Lord, man. Well, gonna make a little slight adjustment here. Like I said, we're going to continue where we left off on the state of America. Things that's going on in America, and still here. Y'all, I do apologize about the echo. I'm trying to work on this thing. Y'all, give me 1 second. Do apologize. We're gonna get this thing right. Oh man, shoot, that's messed up. All right, still here now. Still here. Y'all, give me 1 second. Have a little technical issue. We gonna get this thing nipped in the bud. Oh, there's echo going on here. Uh, what about now? Yeah. Go ahead. We'll see if we can
Yes, it is. It definitely is. Let's try getting back on StreamYard and see if it'll work a little bit better now. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I tell you, I wonder if people are really paying attention to what's going on. Joe Biden has been in politics since before I was born, and look at the condition that we're in as far as politics is concerned. And so, to me, he's part of the problem. And so, it doesn't make any sense, that people would bite on that bait. That again, why put your attention on putting a black woman on the Supreme Court? Like, and listen, I'm not against that idea, but to me, to say that just to say that, it makes me know that there's another agenda. And honestly, I feel like he insults the intelligence of black people, just assuming that we're just supposed to dance and around the fire, I guess, and tap dance because he's he's wanting to do that. And people need to ask themselves, why are they playing the fiddle for black people? You know, why are they? Why is that even a thing to put to? So you're going to exclude everybody else that could be qualified. And I'm just one of those people. You know, listen, when I lay down this body for the last time, and I'm standing before God, I'm not going to stand before God as a black man. I'm going to stand before God as a soul that and give an account for the deeds that's done in this body. And I believe, especially we as believers, we need to quit letting people dancing to the tune of people that is trying to play to the tune of our skin tone. You know, to me, put somebody in there that's going to do a good job, regardless of their color or anything along those lines. What about the qualifications? And I'm not saying that they're not black women that's qualified. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying you cannot exclude everybody else just because you got a point to prove, and just because really you want the votes of other people. You see, and me personally, I think that we need to be very leery of that when politicians start playing the fiddle and black people just supposed to dance around the fire as if, you know, to me, put somebody in there that's going to do the job. Not, you know, and don't, because I always think about this, Brother Harold. What if he said, I'm going to put a white man in?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would be all kinds of just, I'm going to exclude everybody else. I'm just looking for a white person to put in. I'm looking for a white man to put in. Oh, it would be all kind of riots. They'd be ready to impeach him then. And so I don't understand why it's right for him to say what he said versus the other way around. To me, you need to take all of that out of there and just look for somebody that's qualified, you see, and somebody that's going to do the job and not be concerned with their skin tone. I understand that there was a time in life when we were maybe did wrong and maybe we were overlooked. But to me, you don't fix that problem by overlooking another group of people. And that's just my take on it. I think everything ought to be done, you know, fair and straight down the line versus making this because to me, all it does is it just puts in, it just keeps us divided as a nation, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I do agree. It's yeah, it's very unfortunate. And you know, I kind of think back when at, at Obama's presidency. I'm just thinking back in the Bible. The children of Israel at one point in time they didn't want they didn't want to hear God's voice. They wanted a king.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying Obama was a king or anything like that, but I know before Obama, got elected, people would always say, "Oh man, I want somebody, somebody black in office. What would it be like a black man get in office? Yeah, why can't we have a black man in office? Why can't somebody black be in office? Why can't such and such be the first black president or whatever?" And sometimes I think, I wonder if that's a parallel if God allowed that, just like the children of Israel, they wanted a king. They didn't want to follow. They didn't want to hear God's voice.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted a king that they can that rule over them. And so sometimes, like I said, I'm not sure, but sometimes I wonder if that's ever God why he let Obama be in office. Okay, they want a black president. Okay, but all right, I'll give it to him. I heard their voice. I'll give it to him, but he go pass some legislation that I'm not, I'm not with.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to say this and do that. Y'all want a black president? Okay, here you go. Now I ain't seen aside how it happened, but I like I said, that's what America been crying for years and years, and you got
Mm-hmm.
that, and look what happened. They all they said just somebody black. They're not his character. What do we stand for? Do we believe in the Bible? Well, how about this? How about this woman? They trying to this black lady that Biden wants in there. Ain't nobody checking. Okay, what kind of moral she have? That
Hmm.
don't know. There ain't nobody checking on that.
Hmm.
We just need somebody black, somebody look like me. But let me tell you something. I'm just for the black ladies out there, whatever. Okay, again, do you really need? How's that gonna make your life better? Seeing somebody that looks like you or whatever, in that holding that position. Okay, just look at your life. Just be grateful with your life. Okay, some of you may be married, got some wonderful kids, got a loving husband. Ain't that enough to be grateful for? And some of you might have a nice career. Some ladies may be business owners. Uh, you gotta thank God for that. Ain't that enough? But you need to see a woman. I ain't being sexist or nothing. But do you need to see a woman president to make yourself feel good about yourself? Do you need to see a female, a black woman in the Supreme Court? Is that gonna make your life any better? Yeah, y'all, think about them things, and before y'all get all happy and go, you go, girl. Just once you find out what they're about first before you get all happy. You don't know what he picking. You don't, they ain't like you gonna benefit from it. Not necessarily. They got a job to do. So I'm just throwing that out there, y'all. Just something for y'all to think about. Y'all need to look beyond race and let's look to Jesus.
You got that right. You got that right. And it's the craziest thing to me because some of us church people, we could be the worst at that. Promoting to me it it is borderline racism, and to me it promotes that that division that's already there. It perpetuates that, and I think we need to get away from that as much as quickly as possible if we're going to move forward in this nation. We always say one nation under God, indivisible, but with liberty and justice for all. Well, how is it justice for all, and how we indivisible if we're singling out who we want to put in, based on their skin color and their gender, versus putting somebody in that's qualified. And again, I don't know who it is he want to put in. I don't know, don't know this lady or anything like that. I just think that somebody doing the job ought to be more important, and doing the job right and being qualified. I think the most qualified person ought to be put in. That ought to be the most important thing versus the skin color and the gender. And I'm afraid that we're doing more harm than good when we're singling out people because of their race and gender, because of their skin tone and gender, all to make a political statement and to get votes. Because to me, that's what it's all about: politics, getting votes, trying to keep a certain group of people in office and things like that. And at some point, um, especially black people, we're going to catch on to what's going on. We're going to stop getting happy and dancing around the fire every time somebody decides to throw us a bone. And to me, that's all. That's all that's going on in this with this political agenda. Throwing us a bone. How about bringing these gas prices down? That'll make me dance around the fire. How about how
Mm,
about paying attention to the economy and things like that? To me, there's so many more things to be concerned with besides somebody's skin color, and you want to put them in office based on that.
yeah. Well, I'm waiting for that day for them to wake up, but I don't know. They seem to fall for year after year after year, especially during the election time.
You got
They
that
they
right.
they will walk up in your church and I'm wonder, I'm thinking about when Hillary ran for presidency. She had Just talking about that him when he goes spiritual. I don't feel no ways tired. I wonder how long she had to how long she had to dig that up. I know they ain't in no playlist, but when the people just going buck wild, that's what these politicians do. They play to their crowd. You know, they like a chameleon. You know, they playing to their base. I know good and well Hillary Clinton ain't got no James Cleveland up in the playlist. Man,
You got that right.
she better do a Google search and they dig up something. And people they just eating it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be glad today people just wake up, man. Y'all call me what you want to call me, but I'm just using my head out here.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
there you
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, I've always thought it was funny, how the politicians, every 4 years and every 2 years or whatever, when it's election time, they're going to come knock on your door. They're going to take pictures with the poorest people in the neighborhood. They're going to go to the black church, and take
Yeah.
pictures with some of the preachers that want to be, want to cheese in the newspaper, want their pictures in the newspaper and on the television. They're gonna do all of that, and then they're not gonna see them again until it's time to get reelected. Until re-election come around. And so I wish people would wake up and see what's going on. These people they don't really care about you. If they did, you'd see them more often. You'd see them come through your neighborhoods more often. Because to me, the same way they can get out and walk the streets when it's election time and campaign and pretend to care about the condition of the people, to me that ought to be going. If you're in office and those are your constituents, you ought to be doing that year round. That ought to be part of your job instead of in some big building somewhere just saying yay or nay to whatever bills have come up. Proposed bills have come up before Congress. I think that at some point people are gonna wake up and see that the system and the way it's designed is designed to keep people blind. It's designed to cause people to make decisions. I think about just the state that we're in now. I'm looking at these gas prices.
Mm.
We didn't have these gas prices weren't this high during Trump's administration. And I'm not saying I'm all for Trump or anything like that, but I'm just noticing the difference in just different things. It wasn't this chaotic. It wasn't these high gas prices. You can go in the store and buy a dozen of eggs, for $1. And I'm just looking at all of this. And then we turn around and we vote him out and we vote somebody else in. And as soon as he get in, up goes the gas prices and all of this. But I tell you, Brother Harold, to me, I always say there's a price for sin. And it's a shame that, people, when you vote for sin, you're going to pay for it. And I honestly think that's what's going on here in America. We're being judged whether we know it or not. We want the sin. We love the sin, and we don't want nobody telling us how to live and how to behave, and we're going to pay for it. It's going to hit us in our pockets as well as in our spirit, man.
Well, that sums it up. We can end the show right there. That sums it up. That sums it all up right there. People. Yeah, I don't know what. It's funny you said something about them gas prices. I know under Obama administration, like I said, I think I was over the road back then. Listening on the radio, and I'm telling you, some of these politicians, I don't remember who it was, but they wanted gas prices nationwide to be, they wanted to raise it till it's like $4 a gallon. Um, yeah, during that Obama administration, and I said, man, that's well, that's some cold blooded folks out there. They wanted to raise the gas taxes till it reached the nationwide average be $4 a gallon. That's what they wanted. I said, boy, yo, but that don't matter. People still go vote for them. They'll still both of that party line. No matter how no matter how low down dirty they are. That's just like I said. I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day people wake up. But now I guess to go stay asleep there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number here, y'all, 941-745-1490. 941-745-1490 is the number to dial. You want to get on the air. Info@therossbill.com is the email address. Info@therossbill.com is the email address. And you want to email the show at any time. And recently they had this shooting up there in Minnesota again. I got they need to, because they ain't learned their lesson yet up there. They had they got this thing, no knock warrant. Be the man name was Amir Locke. And he was looking at the body cam of the police. They had the key. They just unlocked the door. They walked in, and the man was on the couch sleep. He happened to have a gun in his hand. They shot and killed him. Now, and this thing is no knock warrant, and I believe what's the mayor or the governor, they temporarily suspended that no knock warrant. So that's again, there's another black man, shot and killed. If you just look at it from a common sense standpoint, okay, the man was just laying down. Okay, you didn't knock on the door. I guess it was an apartment complex, so they had the key. They walked in. They hollering and screaming. That startled the man, and the man just had a gun in his hand. They killed him. And the sad part about it, that wasn't even the man that the warrant was for. I think it was at his cousin's house, at his cousin's apartment or whatever. And so they shot and killed the wrong man. No time it went on. I'm thinking to myself, well, it's just a matter of time. They go dig up something. Okay, they found some marijuana in the apartments, but what that got to do with anything? Y'all bust up in there, and you shot it. You shot a man for nothing. I think I was listening to it. They interviewed his parents, and come to find out he rightfully legally owned that gun. He didn't. I don't think he was no troublemaker, nothing like that. But that's just the police just got this no knock warrant. You walk up in there and he killed the wrong man. No, I don't think they would meet I don't know they had intent to kill anybody, but the man they were looking for was not there. And so that goes to show you might want to be careful who you're hanging around with.
Yeah.
You might go be in somebody's house and they going to the store, they going to Walmart, y'all looking at TV, and a SWAT team in there. They busted in on you. You don't know what's going on. But I think that's just a sad situation, And the cop that shot him, I think he's still on administrative leave. And I tell you, let me shoot somebody. My job ain't gonna pay me. They go fill my truck.
Yeah.
That's a sad situation, I tell you.
Yeah, I tell you, Brother Harold, I cannot imagine. I saw the camera footage, the body cam footage. I cannot imagine, my heart goes out to his parents, to his loved ones. I cannot imagine as being asleep, just dead asleep, just, in the middle of the night like that, just being asleep and being startled like that. And, of course, I was watching, I saw some news footage. His mother was saying that he had a right, that was his gun. It was licensed to him. He had a right to own the gun. The man has a right to sleep. He has a right when he hears somebody entering into a space that should not be entering in, he has a right to wake up with his gun and to defend himself. If it comes down to that. But I cannot imagine what it must feel like. And I try to put myself in the shoes of people like that. I cannot imagine what it would feel like to go to sleep at night thinking, and you got plans for tomorrow. You going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You got your gun next to you, and you're startled, by somebody coming in through your door, and you're just trying to. You still, especially when you first wake up like that and you're startled like that, you're trying to figure out if you're still dreaming, if you're dreaming or not. Like, is this the real
Mm-hmm.
one? I cannot imagine what it must have felt like or what it must be like to go to sleep and just in the privacy of somebody's home and 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 wake up startled like that. And your first mindset is who is this? What's going on? And you just happen to have the gun in your hand and you get shot and killed.
Mm.
I, to me, not only that, but I even think high speed chases, all that foolishness needs to stop because to me it ends too many lives unnecessarily. To me, it ends too many lives. I don't know why they even still do it. I'm thinking, okay, whoever it was that you had the warrant for, don't he go out somewhere? He ain't just at his house.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to go to the store. He's got to go somewhere. You can't find a better way to arrest him or to arrest whoever rather than, because to me, not only are they putting the lives of citizens in jeopardy, but their own lives, because some people get killed. Some of the police officers themselves get killed trying to enforce a no-knock warrant. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was reading the other day a man down in Texas was exonerated. He was, found not guilty. He killed a police officer. Somebody issuing a no-knock, trying to do a no-knock warrant. And I'm thinking that's not good for anybody. It's
Mm-mm.
not good for the police officer. It's not good for the citizens. To me, do it. If you're gonna arrest somebody, do it in broad daylight when they're wide awake. You don't know who was in there. It could have been a child. Children could have been in there.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, so to me, if he lived there, show up during the day. Just I think at some point I don't know what they get out of that. I don't know if they think it's safer. I don't know if they I don't know what it is. Maybe they just like controversy. But to me, it makes no sense to knock on somebody's door in the middle of the night and not expect a gunfight, or and not expect somebody to get hurt. And I'm sure they may have been successful at different times, but to me, it's too many lives being lost, and to me, it's not even worth that. It's not worth innocent life. You didn't kill the man who you had the warrant for, even though even if, to me, the man who you were going to arrest, he has a right to his day in court.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't found guilty on nothing. So, it's people got to get rid of this execution mentality. We just gonna storm in the middle of your house in the middle of the night and execute you. If you don't just put your hands up when you hear somebody coming through. That to me that's nonsense. And I definitely think something needs to be done about that. And I hope his parents sue the parents off of that state and city and whoever else it was that had to do with that. And maybe that you hit them in the pocket. Maybe that'll teach them a lesson about doing that foolishness. Because to me, it's foolishness.
Yeah, you would think so. It's just yeah. I think listening to a lawyer, somebody was saying that one of the reason they do that no knock warrant, I guess is I guess the element of a surprise. They don't you do a no knock, you don't give them time to no cover up anything. You just catch me. You don't give them time to react to do nothing. You just sneak up on them, but that that could be fatal. And you see it in Minnesota that with Amir Locke that became fatal and an innocent man died because of that no knock. Again, y'all, that number 941-745-1490, 941-745-1490. Get on the air. Info@therawspill.com is the email address. info@therawspill.com is the email address. You're more than welcome to email us about any questions you may have or any statements or concerns. Just feel free to email us. Email us there. And one last thing here. Looking like we're about to. Well, I hope not, but look like we're about to go toe to toe with Russia. You know and that's one that I know he was in the military, but it's just something about America. They seem to they seem to got to you know put their hands in. They you know, even though it's over there in the east, but any kind of conflict goes on in the world, America seems to have to be in the middle of it. I don't know. There might be some kind of a agreement or something that maybe you mess with one country, you got to deal with them all. But I remember growing up. Now, unless I was being naive, to me, I thought America was a country that nobody want to really mess with. You didn't want to try America at one point. I ain't. But you see Russia. They had their fighter planes flying near Alaska. A couple of times, and there was a report that one time that one of these ships was like near the East Coast. I guess in international waters, but it was seen, sailing along the East Coast. And I think somewhere in the East, one of the U.S. ships had a Russia ship was right behind it, was on his tail. I said, boy, I said, don't nobody scared of America no more. Everybody want to fix their muscle. It seemed like a day and time when nobody test America. From what I was seeing, but no, everybody getting bold.
Mm-hmm.
And with the state that America's in, this economy taking a hit, people lost their jobs. We got this virus going on, and you got Russia flexing their muscle, and look like Biden might want to jump in. So if y'all better wake up now. This, like you said, it's God's judgment because got so much going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a economy and Russia getting stronger. And now you mess with Russia. Now China right next door.
You got that right.
So I don't. This is time to pray. It's praying
like
time. I'm telling you.
Like that old song say, it's praying time.
Yes, it is.
I tell you, Brother Harold, America, the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. I believe that. The love of money is the root of all evil. And trust me, if I know America, in the American way, outside of God, if we get involved, we got some money tied to it some kind of way. And and like you said, growing up, when America was the big dog, we were Debo, but Debo done been exposed. Like at the end of that movie, ain't nobody scared of you, Debo. That's we've come to that point now where like the old people say, we've been selling wolf tickets. And I remember, and I saw it firsthand, Brother Harold. Just like you mentioned, I was in the military. I was in the Navy, and we were we were overseas on a ship, and one of my senior chiefs got sick. He had a heart attack, and so we had to take him to the nearest country so that he could fly to Germany and then on to some other places to get treatment. And so, the nearest country was India. We got there about 6 p.m., dropping him off, and we decided we were going to spend the night. Now, the military, you can't just pull up in people's ports, the Navy. You can't just pull up in people's ports, and, you got to get authorization, especially with a big battleship like I was on, a big warship like that. You can't just pull up in people's ports and think, okay, we just hit it. So without permission from their government, from their higher up government. And so we pulled up there about 6 p.m. and about 1 o'clock, in the morning, those people was waking us up and telling us, y'all got to get up out of here. And so,
Mm.
I guess we thought we were going to be there for a few days. And this is little India. What kind of military do they have? See? But
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, okay, ain't nobody scared of us like we thought. And honestly, I think that I think a lot of times America goes overboard thinking that they're the police of the world. And all we're doing is really bullying people, and people getting, I think other nations are getting tired of us in that manner. Uh, I think we do a lot of underhanded stuff. Uh, and I certainly believe that other countries are hip to that. And so, they see the hypocrisy and things like that in this nation. We trying to enforce our laws and democracy on countries, and when it's not working for us. And so hey, I think America need to learn to mind their business, and not, we've seen it in the Iraqi war, we've seen it in the Gulf War, we've seen it in different wars where we've gotten into all these conflicts that we were not supposed to get into. Just we had nothing to do with what was going on overseas, but we're gonna jump in and help and do whatever we thought we were doing, and lives get lost and nothing gets settled. And
Oh
so
yeah.
there are Americans today that are still bitter and upset about the Vietnam War and things like that. And so, I say this: I don't think we want none of Russia. I'm
Mm-mm.
sure the politicians would love for the American citizens to believe that we're prepared and we're ready. No, we're not ready for that. Russia don't play by the rules of war, if that make any sense. They're gonna do what they want to do. They're not gonna abide by the Geneva Convention. So
Hmm.
I think, but honestly, I think it's all prophecy. I think all of this is coming to pass. As part of God's plan to judge this. I think we're gonna get out and flex one too many times, and I think we're gonna reap what we've been sowing for years, and things like that. So I'm definitely praying, and in the meantime, I'm getting myself prepared for what's coming down the pipe, because it's coming.
Mm.
I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that this nation is gonna be attacked, not by just Russia, but other nations as well. And I tell you, I pray that the saints are ready, and I believe this is what preachers need to be warning people about. It's coming down the pipe, and we need to prepare ourselves for these things that's going to come to pass, because it's coming. Like the old people used to say, if God don't judge America, he's going to have to wake up Sodom and Gomorrah and apologize. And
Mm.
so my prayer is that we get our minds right and get our minds ready for what's coming, because it's coming. Ain't no doubt about it.
Oh yeah. And again, folks, I do apologize about the beginning of the show about the feedback. Those that might be listening on YouTube, we'll be hooking up with another station down there in my connection down there in Miami. I was trying to use two different devices, but things just got a lot of echo going on. So Lord bless you the same. We'll be connected with them. Down there we be broadcasted down there in Miami. So we expanding a little bit there.
Amen.
Yeah, yeah, looking forward to that. We're supposed to broadcast tonight, but we work out a little kinks, and we'll be heard down there in Miami and in the surrounding area. So we're looking forward to that. And again, y'all, yeah, it's praying time. I tell you, it's just war with Russia, and again, China. They ain't that far behind. Like I told y'all a couple of shows before, there was some of their experts over there in Venezuela, some of the military experts from Russia and China. So I don't know what's going on over there. So I don't know what they taught them. Or matter of fact, when them were closed, I met a guy. He was a former Marine. He was just talking to me. The same thing you were saying about America being vulnerable to an attack. And I was telling him about the Russia and China going to Venezuela. You know, helping out their military, whatever. I told him about it.
He said, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." Or I can't talk about that. So ain't no, so he knows something. So ain't no telling what's going on. No, all we could do is just ask God keep His hands of protection over me. That's what I do every day. Ask God to thank God for keeping His hands of protection over me. That's the only thing that go keep us. That's the only thing. That's the only way we go make it. Bottom line. Yeah. If you don't mind, we get ready to close out. You want to tell the people how they can contact you, hear you, watch your videos, or whatever information you want to give them.
All right. You can go to our website at www.onetruth.tv, and on there you see all of our information, how to email us, how to call us. If you're going to call, please leave a message so we'll know, that how to get back to you and what you're calling about. And so www.onetruth.tv.
All right. Well, that concludes another show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and Pastor Bowling for giving me a hand. We do apologize about the technical issues, but we go. Lord bless His same. We'll have it right next week.
Amen.
I'm a little bigger audience, and I thank y'all again. Y'all tune in for DJ Madabi. And y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I want y'all to have a good day until next time. God bless you.
Let's start.